Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. So this is Veterans Day, when we honor the sacrifices many have made for our country in the name of freedom and democracy. We honor our military. That's what this is really about. And we honor both those who made the ultimate sacrifice in foreign wars and those who are still with us. We honor all of them. Veterans Day began, as you may know, as Armistice Day, marking the end of World War I. And on that day in 1918, the war ended on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. Now, according to Dr. Andrew Thomas in today's Wall Street Journal, today marks the 100th anniversary of the internment of the unidentified World War I servicemen who lies at the rest of the tomb of the unknown soldier at Arlington National Cemetery. And in December 1920, Congressman Hamilton Fish III of New York, who served in the Great War, proposed that the U.S. select its own unknown soldier, actually following an idea that first took hold in France. Now, Dr. Thomas narrates that the tomb of the unknown soldier became a place where the nation gathered to acknowledge its debt to those that served in the military. And he adds the theme of sacrifice, which is so important. And he beautifully argues in this piece that sacrifice is the glue that binds the U.S. as a nation, and it is the thing that makes us a people with our willingness to lay down our lives for our fellow citizens, regardless of their identity or religion or politics or race. So I thank Dr. Thomas for his lovely guidance today. It was a heck of a nice piece. To me, and I'm sure everybody watching this, these are patriotic sentiments that we all agree with. I'll just say God bless our veterans. Also, in today's Wall Street Journal, former National Security Advisor, retired U.S. Army Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster, he brings up the recent catastrophe in Afghanistan, which unfortunately is a part of today's Veterans Day. McMaster's theme is that we would honor veterans by having the will to win a war. And he is highly critical of three recent and current presidents for telling the American people that Afghanistan wasn't worth continued sacrifice. And among the many casualties of the Afghan war and the misbegotten withdrawal is, in McMaster's view, that America's rivals, that would include China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran, among others, have been emboldened. Now, for my part, I'll just say how grateful I am to all who served in our military. Not only the last 100 years, but in the 150 years before then. And I will add, as my former boss Ronald Reagan said, quote, "Freedom is never more than one generation from extinction," end quote. I will just say God bless them and God bless America.